Welcome back to The Zone. This week we're going to talk about Dawngate, which on the surface looks a lot like a traditional MOBA game, but there's a few key differences which set it apart from the likes of League of Legends and Dota 2, which I'd like to say are going to keep this game fresh and are going to keep them far enough away that it can survive on its own without being squashed by the mammoths that are both of those games. Now, as I said, on the surface it looks like a 5v5 MOBA. Underneath, however, yes, it's still 5v5, but it's slight. Couple of key differences that are setting it apart. To start with, it's only a 2-lane map instead of a 3-lane like the Dota 2s and the League of Legends of the world. So you'll have designed to have 2 players in each lane and still 1 in the jungle portion of the map. There's also 4 shrine-style objectives in each corner of the map, which will give your team periodic rewards, providing you hold them throughout the course of the game. Once they are captured, they will stay locked for a short period of time, but quickly become unlocked again and therefore available for capture for your opposition or in your opposition's case for yourself. Gold gain is set up to be a little bit different here as well from your traditional MOBAs. Now, traditional MOBAs, you last hit on a minion, you get the gold for it. You don't last hit it, gone. Now, if you're in the proximity of these minions, however, you would gain experience. In Dawngate, if you're in proximity of these minions when you die, you still gain a smaller portion of the gold as well as the experience. So supports aren't quite so shafted when it comes to not taking any CS. You can sit back, you can let your carry do all the work, and you still gain a solid gold income. The gold income are then of course used to buy items. Items, as no surprise before, but the shop is a slightly different way of thinking to the likes of League of Legends and to Dota. It's got a very similar feel to that of Infinite Crisis, which is another new MOBA game coming out from the guys over at Warner Bros. Now, each item you will buy has a start point, and then it has various different upgrade paths, and you'll upgrade it through with your gold cost to those new items. Now, it's not so much as you buy this and you buy this and you combine them and there's your new item. It's here's an item, here's 3 items that it will build into, select one of them and it will build you into a third, or in some cases only 2. But it makes it much more simplified, and once you've learned which item does and which bonuses it has, it's much easier to find your way through the tree. And of course, as with all good games like this, there is a guide section based on your champion at the top of the store which will recommend what you should be buying on that shaper, as is their name. Now, there's also a slightly different take on, those of you that are familiar with League of Legends, summoner spells. At a 3-point in the game, as you level up, you'll be able to learn another one of these special abilities. Now, there is a large selection of these from things like Blink, which is obviously an instant teleport, an immunity spell, which will immediately just put you in stasis, a cleanse spell, which will remove all forms of crowd control effects on your shaper at that time, as well as many, many more, including some things like teleports and some heals and similar things like that. There's a large selection of about 15 of these abilities that you can level up throughout the course of the game. So it's a little bit different. You don't have to level up your account before you unlock them as you go, you don't have to have them preset before you go into the game, and you can pay a gold fee during the game to reset these and reset your skill points and respec your tree. There's also the fact with wards. Every shaper starts with a ward and has a ward throughout the course of the game. It has the same cooldown as the ward lasts and used just on your F button. You press F, you plant the ward, it will last for its time period, then it'll run out and then you can place another one. So everyone has that and you don't have to buy them specifically. So that helps supports again with their gold income. They don't need to waste money on consumables. Ultimately, with all these things considered, Dawngate is different enough from your traditional mainstream League of Legends, Dota 2 big MOBAs that it may just be able to survive on its own little island off to one side. It's fast, it's fun, the games are very, very quick, a lot quicker than a lot of League games I've played. And it's the sort of thing that I would play when I don't have time to go into a big long Dota 2 or League of Legends match. And the other thing that I love about it the most is the studio, Waystone Games. The developers are doing the right thing in making this game. They've got a long drawn out beta, they've got a big pool of players in it, keys are not too hard to come by, and they are taking their time with it. They're not trying to rush it out, they're not trying to get this out for a deadline and just push the game and try and start soaking in money from people. They're taking their time, they're taking on feedback, they're doing a lot of tests, a lot of regular tests. Every weekend the servers go up. They're taking all the numbers, taking all the feedback, and they're putting in more and more effort. So when this game's finally ready for its full release, it's going to be very polished, it should be very balanced, and we should be set for a great start point for any game. Now, that's my thoughts on Dawngate. It's got a lot of potential. I can't wait to see its final release, and it is certainly a lot of fun. But of course, this is an Alio Arena show. So don't forget, head on over to eu.alioarena.com/thezone for our group and leave us some feedback. I'm sure some of you guys have beta keys to this game. What do you think of it? Are there anything you'd like to see improved, anything you'd like to see changed? would you want to play with some other members of the group? And for one of you, if you are quick enough, there is still no Dawngate group on the Elite Arena right now. So you can head over there, make the Dawngate group, much like the Zone group, and start cultivating a group of players that play Dawngate. Get ready for the full release, start gearing up, forming teams, forming communities, get that group going, get that community fueled and running, and who knows, maybe we'll see some professional Dawngate players coming out of the Alienware Arena. Next week we'll be looking at an Alienware 14, so if you're looking for a small, lightweight, easy to use, powerful laptop, tune in then for some more information. But once more, again guys, until then, do hang around on the Zone group page, do hang around on the Alienware Arena forums, and of course, I'll see you next week.